Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we have a fascinating and mysterious topic, the giants in the Bible. Have you ever wondered who these beings were and why they were removed from the canonical scriptures? What secrets do the pages of the Bible hide about these giants? In this video, we will explore the origin of the Nephilim, uncover hidden accounts in apocryphal books, and unravel the truth behind their disappearance. We will also see how these giants impacted biblical stories and what modern revelations offer us new perspectives. Don't go anywhere, because what you're about to discover will change your understanding of the Bible forever. Are you ready for this incredible journey? Let's begin. The origin of the giants. The Bible is full of intriguing stories, and one of the most mysterious is that of the Nephilim, the giants mentioned in the book of Genesis. These beings have been the subject of speculation and debate for centuries, and their origin remains a fascinating enigma. Let's explore who the Nephilim were, what the Bible says about them, and what the most popular interpretations and theories about these giants are. The Nephilim are mentioned in Genesis 6:1-4, a passage that has baffled theologians and scholars for generations. The word Nephilim comes from the Hebrew Naphal, which is commonly translated as giants or fallen ones. Although the mention of the Nephilim is brief, their impact on the biblical narrative is significant. According to the text, the Nephilim were beings of great stature and strength, known for their feats and power. The key passage that mentions the Nephilim is Genesis 6:1-4. Here is the text. "And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them, the same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown." This passage raises several intriguing questions. Who are the sons of God? What does it mean that they took human wives and had children with them? How did these children become giants? Interpretations of the Nephilim and the meaning of Genesis 6:1-4 vary widely. Here are some of the most common theories. Fallen angels. One of the most popular interpretations is that the sons of God were fallen angels who descended to earth and united with human women, creating a race of giants. This theory is based on apocryphal texts such as the book of Enoch, which describes how a group of rebellious angels, led by an angel named Samyaza, descended to earth and took human wives. These fallen angels taught humanity various forbidden knowledge, and their offspring, the Nephilim, were powerful and corrupt giants, descendants of Seth. Another interpretation holds that the sons of God were the descendants of Seth, the third son of Adam and Eve. According to this theory, the descendants of Seth were faithful to God, while the daughters of men were descendants of Cain, the first murderer. The union of these two lines resulted in a generation of powerful and corrupt people, the Nephilim, though not necessarily giants in the physical sense. Tyrannical rulers. Some scholars suggest that the sons of God were ancient rulers or kings who considered themselves semi-divine or descendants of gods. These rulers took wives from among the people, and their children, the Nephilim, were known for their power and cruelty. According to this theory, the term giants may refer more to their social stature and power than to their physical size. Extraterrestrial hybrids. A more modern and speculative theory is that of the ancient astronauts, which suggests that the sons of God were extraterrestrials who visited Earth and interbred with humans, creating a hybrid race of giants. This theory, while less accepted in academic circles, has gained popularity in popular culture and some TV shows and science fiction books. Regardless of which interpretation one chooses, the story of the Nephilim in Genesis 6:1-4 is a fascinating reminder of the mysteries that still persist in the Bible. The brief mention of these giants raises more questions than answers and invites us to delve deeper into ancient scriptures and the traditions that have tried to explain their existence. Could the Nephilim hold the key to understanding some of the most enigmatic accounts in the Bible? Only time and continued study will reveal more about these fascinating beings. Giants in other biblical books. The Bible is not the only text that mentions giants. Other ancient books, especially the apocryphal and pseudepigraphical ones, also refer to these mysterious beings. Among these texts, the Book of Enoch stands out for its detailed descriptions of the giants and the events related to them. Let's explore these accounts and the reasons why these texts were excluded from the biblical canon. The Book of Enoch is one of the most fascinating and controversial texts in apocryphal literature. Although it is not part of the biblical canon accepted by most Christian traditions, it is considered canonical by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. This book, attributed to the patriarch Enoch, the great-grandfather of Noah, offers a detailed vision of fallen angels, the Nephilim, and the divine judgments that followed. In the Book of Enoch, the fallen angels, known as the Watchers, descended to earth and took human wives. These angels taught humans various forbidden knowledge, such as sorcery and weapon-making. The children of these unions, the Nephilim, were powerful and evil giants who caused chaos and destruction. The corruption that resulted led God to send the flood to purge the earth of these beings and their progenitors. The Book of Enoch describes the giants as beings of enormous stature and strength. Enoch 7:2-3 says, "And they became pregnant, and they bare great giants, whose height was 3,000 cubits, who consumed all the acquisitions of men. And when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind." These accounts portray the giants as voracious and destructive beings whose existence endangered all of creation. Their violent actions and forbidden knowledge destabilized the peace and harmony of the earth, leading to divine judgment. In addition to the Book of Enoch, other apocryphal and pseudepigraphical texts, such as the Book of Jubilees and the Testament of the 12 Patriarchs, also mention giants. These texts complement and expand on biblical narratives, providing more context about the presence of these beings in the ancient world. The exclusion of the Book of Enoch and other texts that mention giants from the biblical canon is due to several factors. One of the main reasons is the lack of consensus among early Christian and Jewish communities regarding the authenticity and divine inspiration of these texts. While some groups considered these writings sacred and authoritative, others viewed them as speculative and unreliable. Another important factor is the content of these texts. The stories of fallen angels, giants, and forbidden knowledge were seen by many as too extravagant and far from the central teachings of the faith. Including these accounts might have complicated theology and doctrine, leading to confusion and controversy. Finally, the diversity of traditions and manuscripts available in antiquity made it difficult to establish a unified canon. Religious leaders selected texts they considered more consistent and edifying for the communal faith, excluding those that did not meet these criteria. The accounts of giants in the Book of Enoch and other apocryphal texts offer a rich and complex vision of these beings in biblical tradition. Although they were excluded from the official canon, these texts provide valuable and complementary context to the biblical narratives. They remind us that the history of the Bible is vast and diverse, filled with mysteries we are still trying to fully understand. The reasons for their exclusion from the canon underscore the importance of consistency and clarity in the teachings of faith. However, the excluded accounts continue to intrigue and inspire scholars and believers alike. Giants in biblical history. The Bible is filled with fascinating stories, and among them, the stories of giants stand out for their mystery and awe. Goliath is probably the most well-known giant, but the Bible mentions other giants and their encounters with the Israelites. These stories not only capture the imagination, but also have a profound impact on biblical narratives, symbolizing enormous challenges and divine intervention at crucial moments. The most famous account of a giant in the Bible is undoubtedly that of Goliath, a Philistine warrior described in 1 Samuel 17. Goliath is portrayed as an imposing giant, standing 6 cubits and a span tall, approximately 9.5 feet, 2.9 meters. Armed with bronze armor and a massive spear, his challenge to the Israelites and his defeat at the hands of the young shepherd David, armed only with a sling and faith in God, is one of the most iconic stories in the Old Testament. However, Goliath is not the only giant mentioned in the Bible. In Deuteronomy 3:11, we find Og, the king of Bashan, described as the last of the Rephaim, a race of giants. Og is famous for his enormous iron bed, which measured 9 cubits in length and 4 cubits in width, approximately 13.5 feet long and 6 feet wide. The descendants of Anak, known as the Anakim, who lived in Hebron, were also considered giants. Encounters with giants in the Bible often occur in the context of epic battles. The story of David and Goliath is not just a battle between 2 individuals, but a confrontation between the armies of Israel and the Philistines. David's victory not only represents the defeat of a physical giant, but also the demonstration of God's power working through the humble and the faithful. In Numbers 13:32-33, the spies sent by Moses to explore the land of Canaan report seeing giants, saying, "All the people we saw there are of great size. We saw the Nephilim there. The descendants of Anak come from the Nephilim. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them." This report caused fear among the Israelites, who doubted their ability to conquer the promised land, forgetting God's promise and power. Battles against giants symbolize more than just physical confrontations. They represent the great challenges and tests of faith that God's people must overcome. These stories highlight the importance of trusting in God and courage in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The giants in the Bible have a significant impact on biblical narratives. Their stories not only add dramatic and heroic elements, but also reinforce central themes of faith and dependence on God. David's defeat of Goliath is a classic example of how God chooses the humble and equips them for great victories, defying human expectations. Additionally, the presence of giants in the Promised Land underscores the need for faith and obedience to God to overcome challenges. The stories of the giants serve as reminders that, although obstacles may seem enormous, with faith in God, no barrier is insurmountable. The giants in biblical history, from Goliath to the sons of Anak, represent more than just beings of great stature. Their stories are intertwined with lessons of faith, courage, and divine omnipotence. Through these stories, the Bible teaches us that no matter how great the challenges we face, with faith and God's help, we can overcome them and reach our promises. Modern theories and revelations. The fascination with biblical giants has led to numerous archaeological discoveries and contemporary theories that attempt to shed light on these enigmatic beings. In recent years, several archaeological findings have been reported which some believe may be related to the giants mentioned in the Bible. These findings include large skeletal remains, monumental tools, and ancient structures that suggest the existence of beings of great stature. Although many of these discoveries are controversial and not always accepted by the scientific community, they continue to fuel the debate over the possible reality of the Nephilim and other biblical giants. A popular contemporary theory is that of the ancient astronauts, which posits that the sons of God, mentioned in Genesis 6:1-4, were actually extraterrestrials who intermingled with humans, creating a race of hybrid giants. This theory, while speculative, has gained traction in popular culture and some pseudoscientific circles. Another theory suggests that the giants were simply humans of great stature due to natural genetic variations. From this perspective, the references to giants in the Bible may have been exaggerations of particularly tall and strong tribes that impressed the ancient Israelites. These modern theories and discoveries challenge traditional interpretations of the Bible and invite us to reconsider our assumptions about ancient texts. By exploring new possibilities and historical contexts, we enrich our understanding of Scripture, demonstrating that the Bible is a dynamic document open to new interpretations and discoveries. Thank you again for your time and support. We'll see you in the next video, where we'll continue unraveling the mysteries of the Scriptures and exploring the depths of faith. If you were fascinated by this video, don't miss our analysis of Isaiah, the messianic prophet who changed biblical history. Discover his shocking prophecies and how they influence the course of humanity. Click here to watch it now and continue exploring the deepest mysteries of the Bible. Don't miss it.